podcast family. Happy Wednesday. As you guys know, it's my least favorite day of the week, but I look forward to being on here with you guys on Wednesdays. If you're new to the podcast, welcome. Thank you for joining. I have a trailer you can go back and watch, just a little bit of background. My first episode goes into detail about this podcast and why I'm here. I started this in honor of my daughter Hayden, who was killed in 2023. So if you're new, thank you for joining. My loyal listeners, I love you, and I'm so glad you're here with me this week. Like I said, Wednesdays are, Hayden was killed on a Wednesday, so Wednesdays are like a constant repeat for me, like a replay of the day every single week, and it's sometimes harder than not, you know. So that's why I decided to do this podcast on Wednesdays, because it is a dedication to Hayden and her life and her legacy, and just helping girls like her, moms like me, the little girl that I once was, that lived in a DV home, that grew up in DV, addiction, abuse, all the things. So that's why we're here on Wednesdays. And this, at first I was like, I have to do this because Wednesdays are the day that Hayden was killed, on a Wednesday. And I used to go to the crash site. I don't like to call it that. I call it the memorial site, although it is literally the crash site. So I used to go there every Wednesday and sit there after work. And that didn't really bring me the peace and the comfort that I needed. And now that I'm able to do this podcast with you all on Wednesdays, it does give me that. This podcast gives me that. You all give me that. I also scheduled my therapy sessions on Wednesdays. So I have therapy on Wednesdays. I do my podcast on Wednesdays. I have growth track for church on Wednesdays. Like, there's so much now that I look forward to on Wednesdays instead of that constant replay. And do I still deal with that? Absolutely. But I know that it's temporary, and I know I'm going to get through it. And I know there are things later in the day that I look forward to. So it's not just dreading the day anymore. It's like, okay, like I know this is coming, but I'm going to be okay. I'm going to get through it. I'm going to move through the motions, and I'm going to end up having a good day and being able to do things to help myself and to help other people. So here we are, Wednesday, and today has been an okay day. We've lost 2 family members over the last week, so that's been a little bit of a struggle. And my nephew, I'm going to talk about all my nephews for a minute because I love them so much. Yesterday we got to go to this signing. My nephew is going to go play college football at Bridgewater College this fall. So be on the lookout for Wyatt Palmer. He is amazing. He is a running back and very versatile. He can play anywhere they put him on the field. But we're looking forward to this next chapter for him and his college career at Bridgewater. So we got to go do that yesterday. And, my other nephew is a teacher's assistant. He is amazing with kids. He's the coolest kid. Like, I just love him so much. I have a nephew that's a carpenter. I have a nephew that is a truck driver. And I have a nephew that is a plumber. So I have 2 other nephews as well that I'm not very close with, and that bothers me a lot. That I'm not able to have like a close relationship with them like that. So maybe, that's something that I want to work on, that I want to get better at. But yeah, I'm just so proud of my nephews and my nieces. Like, I have one niece that is an amazing mama of 3 beautiful babies, and she's just so great and so beautiful. And then I have another niece that works her butt off. She doesn't have any kids yet or anything like that, but She's constantly working her butt off, like doing things for people, helping anybody that she can. She's such a loyal person, and I just love her so much. I call her my sis. But yeah, they're my babies. I love my nieces and nephews so much. I'm so proud of them, each and every one of them. Like, I just can't express it enough, you know. But yesterday when we were at the signing for Wyatt for his college, that really got me, because like I'm so sad and I'm so mad that Hayden was robbed of this. Like, she's not able to be here for all of these things, for the things that they would share the most with her and that she would be so proud of her cousins for. Like, it's just so unfair. So unfair. I don't know. It's a struggle. It's such a struggle. Trying to be okay when you're not okay, and be happy for so many things, and then at the same time, like, just screaming inside. It's like this constant, like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like being in somebody else's body sometimes. It's so weird. So I'm still struggling a little bit. Like, I know I got on here last week and I talked about how I was struggling with Easter and seeing the woman on Facebook and her family and this and that. And I'm still struggling now, but not for that reason. For the reason that my family has lost her, and my family has lost everything that we want her to be a part of, and nothing in our lifetime will ever be what we thought it was going to be, right? So when you lose somebody, whether it's a child, whether it's a mother, a father, a sibling, no matter what, like, you have this whole life that you have envisioned with this person, right? A spouse, anything. And then when they're suddenly taken away from you, you lose not only that person, but every single piece of your life that you had envisioned them being a part of. So you got to learn how to live this new life, how to navigate this endless grief that you feel every single day, how to be happy and screaming on the inside at the same time. And so many people in my community are experiencing this type of tragic loss right now, and I just can't, it's so surreal to me. Some people experience loss like once or twice in a lifetime, and I literally have over 20 obituaries, like, you know, the little pamphlets that they give you, the I don't even remember what those things are called. They're like little programs. Like when you go to a funeral, they give you this thing and it has like all the information about the person and the service in it. Anyway, I have over 20 of them since 2020. In 5 years. That's insane to me. Not to mention how many other people in my community have lost loved ones, children, parents, grandparents, siblings, spouses. I feel like sometimes it's just too much. Like, I feel like we're surrounded by death. And that's a awful feeling, to feel like death is all around you and like, who's next? So what do we do with that? Like, how do we deal with that? I don't know. I don't have the answer. I don't, because I'm struggling with it. So I don't know. How do we manage to get through the day, get through the week without thinking like, okay, is somebody going to pass away today? And it's absolutely PTSD, right? When you've had this much loss, this many people pass away, It is 100% PTSD. Trauma brain. So many different things that affect our mental health. Which is why I still see a therapist. Like, I need therapy because my therapist is amazing. She listens to me. She helps me. She helps me understand, like, why I'm feeling this way and the things that maybe trigger me or how I can respond differently and things like that. And so this week I've just been super overwhelmed. My house is a mess. I can't find any motivation to do anything. So how do we do that? Like, that's another question that I don't have the answer to. How do we restart? How do we find our motivation again? How do we pick it back up and like really just be like, okay, this is not it. Like, I need to find my motivation. I need to get it together and I need to get back on track. Hello, children. What are you doing?
Can I go to the park?
Yes, you can go to the park. I'm sitting in my car recording an episode while Waylon is playing soccer and the girls are about to go to the park.
The big ones?
So,
Not alone.
yeah.
I'm not.
This is what I do on soccer days. I
I'm not
record
going
podcast
alone.
episodes. Okay, we'll go play because I'm recording, please. Please and thank you.
I'm first. Just take that.
Yes, ma'am, you can have that. So, again, a little bit overwhelmed. And I feel like right now life is constantly in a tailspin. Like, there's always something, like I said, I've had 2 deaths in the family over the last week. I had surgery a month ago. Actually, it's been a month and a half now. I had my follow-up from that yesterday, and that went well. But overall, like, I'm doing okay. But literally, I gained 10 pounds in a month. Like, that's not okay with me. Like, I need to find my motivation. And it's not even about, like, my weight or my appearance or anything. Because everybody's like, oh, you're beautiful the way you are, you know, whatever. Everybody always says that, which is true. Each one of us are beautiful in our own way, shape, and form. However, for me, I'm 5'4", and I'm almost 40 years old. So the max weight I should be to be healthy, considered healthy, is 145 pounds. So that means I have some pounds to shed, like 50 of them. Y'all send help. Send help. How do y'all curb your appetite? I sit at a desk all day, so it's hard for me. Like, I can't get my steps in during the day. My job doesn't really allow for that because, you know, I'm glued to a computer all day. So when I get home, I'm constantly going. We're feeding goats. We're doing all the things. We're coming to soccer. And here I am at soccer, sitting in my car, recording an episode instead of walking the trail like I should be doing. But this is literally the only time I have these days to record. So I need to rethink my schedule, redo my plan, like figure something out to get it together. So if you guys have suggestions, please share them with me. What works for you? It might not work for me, but it might. So I'm willing to try anything. Because I need to get it together financially. Not that I'm financially insecure because I'm okay, but just a matter of like being able to, like, I have goals, right? My 5-year goal, my dad left my sister and I some land when he passed away. And so my 5-year plan is to put something on that land and be able to have like an Airbnb or something like that, that I can rent out, and that'll be an additional source of income for me. So that's something that I'm working on. So I'm actually attending a class tomorrow evening about home buying and just exploring options and things. So I'm doing things to move in the right direction, but I'm impatient and I just feel like it's not moving fast enough. But then I have to remember that it's all on God's time, not mine. So I'm going to stay humble, I'm going to pray, and I'm going to keep taking these steps forward that I am taking, and trust that I'm going to run into other paths, and I'm going to take the right ones. That's what we have to do sometimes. We can't trust our own selves or our own judgment or our own idea of how things should be or what things should be. And we have to just take that step back and just give it to God and say, okay, like, take me where I'm supposed to be. Put me where you want me to be. And sometimes that's not going to be comfortable. It's going to be really uncomfortable. And we're going to have to move somewhere that we don't want to be for a minute. Or stay somewhere that we don't want to be for a minute. But we have to be humble and we have to listen. And when he tells us, okay, it's time to go, we need to go. We can't make excuses. But if I stay just a little bit longer, no, absolutely not. Get up and move. It's like I tell my kids all the time, like, if I tell you to do something, please do it. Like, I don't want to have to tell you twice. Why don't we listen to that, right? Why don't we listen to our own advice and be like, okay, God, I'm not gonna, you don't have to tell me twice. Like, I'm going. So that's what I'm doing lately. I have some things that I feel like I'm being moved towards and within my church. So I'm just trying to listen and be humble and still follow through with my own goals that I have, like being able to do something with this land that my dad gave me, because all his life he wanted to do something with it. He didn't want it to just sit there and be nothing. So that's something that I feel like is very important to me. And being able to build that financial security, it's not just about financial stability, because there's a difference between financial stability and financial security. Stability is, yeah, I'm good. All my bills are paid. I have a little bit of extra. I'm good. Security is, okay, all my stuff's paid, but I have this cushion over here too, because if some shit happens, if I get really sick, if I end up in the hospital, if I have to have surgery, if, I lose my job, I have this fallback. So I'm going to be okay until I find something else. So that's my goal. That's where I want to be. Yeah, so I'm just really trying to stay humble. I've been meditating, I've been praying, I've just been trying to patiently wait and listen and see what's coming for me, because I'm looking forward to it. Like, I'm really excited about it. So big things are coming. My 40s are going to be my 40s. Like, I'm going to do them right. I have struggled long enough in my life with everything, and I'm not doing that in my 40s. It's great. It's all great. It's all going to be great. Nothing less. So that's all I got this week, guys. I got to get off here and find some motivation when I get home and do some house chores and just get myself back on track. I need to make a list. I don't know what I need to do, but I'm going to do it. So I'll update you guys on what that is, though. I did put out this week some domestic violence support bags, right? So you guys know I really advocate for domestic violence. And so I put together these bags. If you know anyone struggling with domestic violence, please have them DM me. They can email me also, podcastpocketfulofsunshine@gmail.com. I have Spanish and English versions. I've got resources for help for domestic violence, support group. The support group is going to be very closed forum. I will start that the third week in May. So stay tuned for that. On the podcast page, there will be an information on how to request the link. It is going to be required that you be on Zoom with me on that support group, because we don't want any imposters on there. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Send anybody my way that's struggling with domestic violence, leaving a situation, have just left a situation and struggling to stay out of it. Whatever, just have them DM me. I'm on all social media platforms at Podcast Pocketful of Sunshine. And also, again, my email, podcastpocketfulofsunshine@gmail.com. So I love you guys, and I will update you soon. See you next week.